to the beginning of your college career. I'm sure you all have your own set of expectations about your upcoming experience at BYU. I'm sure you've heard things about the bloody battle of taking American heritage. I'm sure you're excited to participate in fun activities like the rock section, club nights, or intramural sports. I'm sure you expect a lot of textbook studying, but also a lot of social opportunities. I'm here to let you in on some things you probably don't expect. The first thing you probably don't expect is to be at the bottom of the academic totem pole for the first time in your life. Once upon a time, there was a girl who literally got an A on every single one of her grades in public school, not even one A-. She smiled at her teachers' and parents' praise. She felt successful. A year later, she felt her stomach dropped as she looked at her grades online for her BYU classes. A C in environmental biology? Maybe, she thought to herself, the teacher is a really tough grader, and I'm still above average in the class at least. But alas, there is a function on Learning Suite to see a bar graph comparing your grade to your fellow students' grades, and she found herself to be in the bottom percentile for that environmental biology class. The second thing you probably don't expect is the sheer amount of walking BYU students go through. Once upon a time, there was a girl who came to New Heritage Housing and was told her first day that either she would need to leave her car at home or park it about a mile away at the northwest parking at the football stadium. This is a walking campus, she was told. So, every time she needed to go to her off-campus job, she walked a mile to her car, and then at the end of the day, she walked a mile back. Every time she needed groceries, she marched those bags from her car for an 18-minute uphill hike to the kitchen. Every morning, she walked down the street, across the bridge to the edge of North Campus, through Mid Campus, through South Campus, to the Life Science Building on South Campus Hill. She eventually began listening to podcasts just during her walking time and found she could easily finish at least 2 one-hour episodes each day. The third thing you probably don't expect is the unimaginable degree of overwhelmed stress your school load will create. Once upon a time, there was a girl who came to BYU confident that not only could she take American Heritage and Writing 150 in the same semester, but also that she could make time for many social gatherings, dates, sleep, a part-time job, and regular workouts. Boy, was she wrong. First slept exercise, then sleep, then social gatherings, until she found herself literally doing nothing but schoolwork from the moment she woke up to the moment she went to sleep. Of course, she did have breaks to go to class. No Netflix breaks, no cooking, no friend time. And still, she was never on top of all the demands from her class. Never in her life had she experienced anything near that amount of mental stress. So far, I fear my speech has been rather discouraging. That's not my intent. I don't want to worry you. I want to show you that despite the hardships you'll face over the next few years, overall, your experience will be some of the best years of your life. They were for me, and in case you were wondering, all 3 of those stories were about me. First, you'll probably find yourself performing significantly worse than your other classmates in some of your classes. This is actually a good thing, because college is all about narrowing your path of interest to find that right career for you. I performed well in my science classes all throughout public school, but once I got to BYU and faced students who were all top of their class, I was able to see that in the professional world, science is not my forte. We'd all do well to remember Billy Joel's wise lines from It's Still Rock and Roll to Me. Oh, what's the matter with the crowd I'm seeing? Can't you tell that they're out of touch? Well, should I try to be a straight-A student? If you are, then you think too much. Second, you'll probably be frustrated once in a while from how much walking you have to do around campus. I'm not going to deny that it's frustrating or give you a list of health benefits from increased walking. But honestly, you'll get used to it to an extent, and it's a great break to clear your mind in between classes and studying. It's also a great time to chat with friends, listen to music, or go my route and listen to podcasts. Third, you'll probably be overwhelmed from your workload. It will be one of the biggest mental challenges of your life, but it's so rewarding on so many levels. If we all looked past the mindset of, I have to study this to get the grade, and looked more with the mindset of, I get to study this to gain knowledge and wisdom, then I think we'd all have a happier experience at BYU. Thank you, and good luck.